What's the longest menstrual cycle you've ever had? So I'm sitting in the waiting room at my doctor's office for my annual checkup. The nurse calls me back and starts going through the usual questions: height, weight, medications, all that stuff. Then she asks, when was your last menstrual period? I told her it was about 6 weeks ago. She types it into the computer and goes, okay, and what's the longest cycle you've ever had? I thought about it and said, maybe 40 days? She nods and keeps typing. Then she leaves to get the doctor. 5 minutes later, Dr. Martinez comes in with this concerned look on her face. She sits down and goes, so I see here your cycle can go up to 40 days. Have you always been irregular? I said, yeah, pretty much since I was a teenager. She starts asking me all these questions about cramping, bleeding, pain levels. I'm answering everything normally. Then she goes, I'd like to run some tests just to rule out any underlying conditions. I agreed because why not? Better to be safe. She orders blood work and an ultrasound. I go get my blood drawn that day and schedule the ultrasound for the following week. The whole time, I'm not really worried because I've always been like this. A few days later, the nurse calls me with my blood results. She says everything looks normal, but Dr. Martinez still wants me to do the ultrasound. So I go in for that the next Tuesday. The ultrasound tech is doing her thing, moving the wand around, clicking buttons. She's super quiet the whole time, which starts making me nervous. Finally, she goes, okay, you're all set. The doctor will call you with results. I waited 3 days, no call, so I called them on Friday morning. The receptionist tells me Dr. Martinez wants me to come in to discuss the results. Now I'm actually freaking out because that's never a good sign. I scheduled an appointment for that same afternoon. I'm sitting in the exam room thinking about worst case scenarios. Dr. Martinez comes in and she's got this weird expression, not quite smiling but not concerned either. She sits down and goes, so your ultrasound came back. You don't have any cysts or fibroids. Everything looks completely healthy. I'm relieved but confused. I asked why she wanted me to come in person just to tell me that. She says, well, there is one thing. Your uterus is tilted pretty far backward. It's called a retroverted uterus. I asked if that was bad. She said no, about 30% of women have it. It's totally normal and doesn't cause any problems. Then I asked, so why did you make me come in? She pulls out a piece of paper and shows me my chart. Apparently, when I told the nurse my longest cycle was 40 days, she heard 14 days. So it got entered into the system as 14 days. Dr. Martinez saw that and thought I meant my cycles were only 14 days long, which would be really unusual. She scheduled all these tests thinking something was seriously wrong. I just started laughing. I said, you mean I got blood work and an ultrasound because of a typo? She looked embarrassed and said, essentially yes. But on the bright side, now we know you're completely healthy. I asked if insurance would even cover all this since it was based on wrong information. She said she'd make sure to code it properly so I wouldn't get charged extra. Then she apologized like 5 times. I told her it was fine, honestly just glad nothing was actually wrong. As I'm leaving, the nurse who did my intake stopped me in the hall. She goes, I am so sorry about the mix-up. I could have sworn you said 14. I told her not to worry about it. Mistakes happen. But then I got the bill 3 weeks later. Insurance covered most of it, but I still owed $200 for the ultrasound. I called the office and talked to the billing person, explained the whole situation about the mishearing. She put me on hold for 10 minutes. When she came back, she said Dr. Martinez personally approved writing off my balance, so I didn't have to pay anything. The next time I went in for an appointment, there was a new form they made everyone fill out. At the top, it said, please write clearly and verify all information before submitting. I'm pretty sure I'm the reason that form exists now. My friend Sarah goes to the same doctor, and she texted me last month saying she had to fill out the new form. She asked if I knew why they started doing it. I just told her it's a long story.